Hello everyone. I would like to welcome everyone on the behalf of your fresh developer. And here we are going to start our the CH session that stands for your Certified Ethical Hacker. So guys, this is a certification course that is being given by the EC Council. That is a vendor we are having. Now, over here, when we are talking about the CH, the current version we are having, that is a CH V13, and on the basis of that, we are having as your 20 modules. Right now, on the basis of that, here we are going to start with the very first module, that is your Introduction to Ethical Hacking. Now, before directly jumping into our first module, let me give you a quick brief we are having for the CH. See, guys, talking about the CH, it is a course that is a complete network offensive course we are having that will be helping us to get the mindset, like how the attackers they are thinking, they are working, right? But we will be understanding all those things with a good purpose. Using that, if we will be able to understand how the attackers they perform their attack, right? How they will be performing the different types of cyber attacks, so it will be bit more easier for us to protect our organization. So that is why over here with the help of your certified ethical hacker, right, it will be providing us the skills to find, to fix the security weakness, the vulnerabilities before the hackers, the bad peoples, we can say, or we can say as the black hat hackers, they will be exploiting them, right? Now, on the basis of that, talking about this CH, so over here, guys, inside of your the CH examination, we are having the two types of certifications, or we can say we are having the two types of examinations that are present. On the basis of that, here we are having the MCQ based, that is going to be a complete theory based over there. Then after that, we are having the practical one. Now, talking about the MCQ based over here. Now, over here, guys, when we are talking about this theoretical examination, we will be getting your 125 question. And out of your 125 question, the passing score, it will be near of your 70 to 80%, right? It means that we need to mark more than your 87 correct. Now, once we are clearing the theoretical examination, after that, we will be getting a certificate that will be saying that, yeah, we are certified ethical hacker, right? The CHV13 we have achieved. But now let's say if you guys also want to evaluate your practical skill. So for that, we are also having the CH practical examination, right? In that, they are providing us the 20 questions over your ILabs, right? So for that, what we have to do is we are having the same passing score, 70 to 80%, means that we need to we need to score more than 14 correct over there. Right. Now, over here in this training, guys, what we will be doing is we are just not going to cover the theoretical aspect. We are going to cover both the theory as well as the practical area we are having. So, with the help of that, we will be able to make sure that we are ready for your CH theoretical as well as the practical examination. Now, the person who is clearing both the examination, then he will be getting another tag or another certificate that will be known as your CH Master. If a person who is qualifying both the theoretical and the practical, then they will be getting a new tag with the name of your CH Master. Otherwise, it is like quite optional. If you want to go for the theoretical, you do not want to go for the practical, that is up to you. Now, let's start the session. Now, on the basis of it, guys, we will be starting from the very basics, right? Because when we are talking about the CH, it is like the entry level of a certificate we are having when we are moving into the offensive side. So that is why first we will be starting with your basics. So later on, when you guys will be having the abbreviations, So at that time, you guys won't be facing any type of difficulties, right? So now we all are sitting either we are working into the cybersecurity or we want to work in this domain we are having, right? Now, before talking about our areas, then we should be having the clear knowledge what is the cybersecurity and the information security. Because I have seen a lot of time the peoples they will be having a bit confusion between them. Right? Many of them they will be saying that cybersecurity is a part of information security. Many will be saying the vice versa of it. So talking about it, guys, when we are talking about the cybersecurity. So, cybersecurity is the process we are having, and that we will be trying to protect our assets, resources, systems, the data that is present in your digital realm, right? So, we will be trying to protect our systems, our server, our devices that are present in the digital realm. From whom? From the hackers. Whereas when we are talking about this information security is a process we are having, and that we are just not talking about the digital data, right? We are also covering the physical data over there, right? So it means that when we are trying to protect the CIA, that stands for the confidentiality, the integrity, as well as the availability. When we are trying to protect the confidentiality about information, the integrity about information, and the availability about information, that is we call as your information security, right? So it means that our information security, it is like a big umbrella we are having, and the cyber security, it is one of the part of it, right? Like we are having physical security, data security, network security. So all those things, they will be falling inside of your information security, right? So guys, over here in both of the areas, we are trying to protect our data, our resources. From whom? From a person known as your hacker. Now, whenever we will be hearing the term as a hacker, a lot of time the peoples they will be directly saying that we are having a malicious person, right? But over here, inside of a hacker, we are having the big categories for it. So, on the basis of it, when we are talking about a hacker is a person who is having the sound knowledge of a system and the network. He will be having the answers of all the WHY questions regarding them, right? So here it means that for the hackers, we are having the types of hackers, or we are having the categories of your hackers, right? So over here, we are having the very first one as the black hat hacker. So a black hat hacker is a hacker, right, who will be performing the hacks, right, who will be performing the attack for his own personal motive, right? He will be having his own personal goal, right? So for that, he will be trying to compromise our system, and once he has compromised our system, what he will be doing is he will be going ahead and he will be trying to steal our data, he will be trying to disrupt our services, and he will be trying to perform some other types of attack. So we can say a hacker who is having the sound knowledge of a system and the network, but he is going to utilize his knowledge for the destructive purpose, right? A person who is having the sound knowledge of the system and the network, but they are going to utilize their knowledge for the destructive purposes we are having. That is, we are having as a black hat hacker, a person who is having the malicious intentions for performing the hack. Then, after that, we are having the white hat hackers. So, white hat hackers are like we are having as your ethical hackers, right? We are having like the ethical hackers over there, right? Who will be going ahead? who will be utilizing their knowledge, who will be using their hacking skills to find out and to fix the security weakness, vulnerabilities before these black hat hackers, they will be taking the advantage of them, before they will be exploiting them. So we can say we are having like the good hackers, right? They are known as your white hat hackers over there. So we all are sitting in this training, we are sitting on this session over here for the CH, right? On the purpose of understanding how the hack happens, what are the different types of threats we are having, right? How the attackers they will be trying to compromise the vulnerabilities, how they will be finding them. So with the help of it, if we will be having all these information, then we will be able to better protect them. Now, on the basis of it, we are having the next one as your gray hat hacker. Now, guys, when we are talking about this gray hat hacker, so a gray hat hacker is like a combination we are having of your white hat hacker and the black hat hacker, right? A hacker who someone is in between of your white hat and the black hat, right? So what they will be doing is like they will be finding the security weakness in our systems or the website, the application without taking the permission from the owner, right? So I'm not saying that they are having like a bad intentions, like stealing our data, stealing money, right? So what they will be doing is once they will be finding this information, then after that they may can inform to the company about the problem, about the weakness or the vulnerabilities once they have found it, right? So sometimes they will be asking for a reward or they will be trying to disclose that particular vulnerability in the public as a issue over there, right? So for that, what is happening is they're not following any type of legal rules, but they are not directly going to cause a serious harm. Like we are having as your the bug bounty hunters who will be going ahead, who will be trying to take the access of a system without taking our permission. Afterwards, they will be going ahead, they will be trying to find the weakness in our system, and then they will be informing us that, boss, in your system, you're having these types of vulnerabilities that are present. Now, once I have received that report from that hacker, I will be trying to analyze it. I will be trying to find the information. I will be trying to understand the severity we are having. Now, once we are able to find the information, oh, it is quite severe incident we are having, then after that, we will be trying to appreciate that person. Right now, afterwards, it will be depending upon the owner to provide the rewards like money or something like that. Then afterwards, we are having the next one as your script kiddies. So, talking about the script kiddies, so script kiddies are the peoples who are not having that much knowledge about the hacks. They're not having that much information about the legal outcomes we are having. Simply, they will be going ahead. They are going to utilize the tools, the scripts that are being generated by the black hat hackers, the white hat hackers, and the gray hat hackers. Right? Let's say we can say there will be a person, right? Let's say there will be a person over there and he wants to compromise your system, right? What he will be doing is he will be simply going in the internet, he will be looking how to compromise the Windows 10. Now, afterwards, whatever the scripts, whatever the tools he will be finding in front of his screen, he's going to directly utilize them. He's not having any information that how they are getting tracked, right? He's not having any information about the legal outcome, right? So we can say he's like a curious person. That's we are having as the script kiddies. Then afterwards, we are having as the suicidal hackers. So unlike our script kiddies, our suicidal hackers, they will be having the information about the legal outcomes. They know that if they will be performing the hack, so what type of difficulties they have to face next means that they will be putting behind the bar, but still they will be going ahead and they will be trying to perform the hack. right? So we can say like they are emotionally motivated, so they are not worried about getting caught, right? Then afterwards, we are having as the state sponsored. So when we are talking about the state sponsored, so these are the type of hackers, they are being employed by the government, right? Simply we can say one government is paying for them. For example, like whether we are talking about the national government, the state government, the country government, we are having to spy on other government's activity, to spy on the other country's activity over there. So that is like we are having as the state sponsored. Next one, we are having as your cyber terrorist. So talking about the cyber terrorist, so over here, whenever the word terrorism it will be getting attached, there will be always a loss of human life. Now, any cyber activity that is leading to the loss of human life, that is what we call as your cyber terrorism. And the peoples who are responsible for it, they will be known as your cyber terrorists. So, guys, these are some types of the hackers we are having. Now, on the basis of the hackers, over here, we are having the hacking phases, right? See, when we are talking about the hack or the hacking, it simply means to say taking the unauthorized access of the system and the services without the consent of an owner, right? Now, for performing those actions, here inside of our CH, we are having your hacking phases that will be starting with the very first phase as your footprinting. Now, in this footprinting phase, this is also known as your information gathering, or you guys can say reconnaissance. That is also our the second module we are having. Now, in this phase, the attackers they will be trying to gather as much information as they can about the victim, right? So, on the basis of that, the attackers they can try to gather the information from the open source, right, as well as from the closed source, right? So when I'm talking about the open source, that is we also call as the OSINT, or we are also calling as the open source information gathering as the passive information gathering, in which the attackers, without directly connecting with the victim, they will be trying to gather their information, right? For example, they will be trying to gather the information from their social media accounts, right? Whereas when we are talking about the closed or the active footprinting, in which the attackers they will be directly connecting with the victim and then they will be trying to gather their information. Afterwards, once our attackers they have collected the information about the attack, about the victim, right? Now, over here, guys, for example, let's say I want to compromise a person's account. Let me give him a name as your Ajay, right? I want to compromise the account for the person named Ajay Singh, right? Now, if I will be directly searching in the browser for the Ajay Singh, I will be getting millions of results. Now, from there, what we have to do is we need to narrow down our search area so that we will be having the specific person in which we want to perform the attack, right? So for that, we are having your information gathering. Now, once we have collected the information about this victim, right? So afterwards, we will be going ahead and we will be performing this next phase as a scanning network. Now, in this scanning network, in this scanning network over there, we are performing the three things. So over here, the very first thing which we are going to do, that is to check whether the victim is live or not. Now, when I'm talking about the live, it means to say we are trying to check whether the victim system it is connected with the internet or not, whether it is powered on or not. Now, once we are able to find the information, that our victim system, it is connected with the internet, it is powered on, then we will be going ahead and we will be trying to find the information about the open ports, right? So ports are words. Ports are the gateways through which a computer will be providing its services, right? Like over here, we are having as the 655 3 5 ports, right? So out of them, in our system, like let's say we are having the port number 80, the port number 443 that is open for connecting with the internet over there, right? We are using the port number 22 for the SSH so that we will be able to gain the remote access of your system for sharing our files. Let's say we are using the FTP, the file transfer protocol on your port number 21, right? So these are the different ports we are having, right? So the attackers, they will be trying to find the information. What are the open ports that are present in our system? So once they will be able to collect that information, then they will be going ahead. They will be trying to find the information. What are the vulnerable services that are running on those ports? Like let's say we are using the FTP, right? We are having the port that is open as the 21, right? On which we will be having the FTP service that will be getting used. So the attackers, once they will be able to discover the information about the FTP, then they will be going ahead. They will be looking what are the vulnerabilities that are present on it. It can be the vulnerabilities that are present on that version, right? So that they will be trying to compromise it, right? Or since we are talking about this FTP, the file transfer protocol, what it will be doing is it will be sharing the information, right? It will be sending our information and receiving it over there, but on your plain text. Means that any information that is getting exchanged over the FTP, they are not encrypted, right? So because of that, what will be happening is if a attacker will be present over there, they will be trying to sniff, right? They will be trying to monitor and capture the packets, the data which we are exchanging. They will be able to collect all those information without any type of issues, right? Now, once the attackers they're able to find the information about the vulnerabilities, the vulnerable services, then they will be trying to gain the access of the system. They will be trying to take the advantage, right? The attackers, they will be trying to take the advantage of the previously discovered vulnerability. Now, over here, once we are going ahead, we are exploiting that vulnerability, right? With the help of that, we will be able to gain the access of the victim system. Then the next step, the attackers, they will be trying to maintain the access, right? Or we can also say as a building the persistence. Now, see, guys, if we will be gaining the access of a victim system, that is, we are having like your Ajay, right? Now, let's say Ajay, he's from the technical background. He will be opening his laptop. He will be finding that something suspicious is going on with his laptop, right? Either his system it is trying to reboot again and again without his consent, right? Or he will be finding the information that some services of his system are automatically getting stopped, right? The firewall is not working, or on the firewall, some new ports, some new rules are getting generated over there, right? So these are all the suspicious activities we are having, right? Which we call as your IOCs, the indicator of compromise, right? So by collecting those evidence, Ajay, what he will be doing is he will be trying to throw me out from his system. So over here, with whatever intention we have started that attack, let's say we have not achieved that goal. So we want to achieve the goal. So that is why what we will be doing is we will be trying to remain inside of the victim system as long as we want, right? Unless and until we have not achieved our goal, we will be trying to remain inside of the system. For that, we are having as you're maintaining access, right? Or we can say as building the persistence over there. So On the basis of that, over here, the attackers they can try to install the attackers they will be trying to install more malwares inside of the target system, more exploits, right? They will be trying to create some new user account. With the help of that, they will be able to gain the access, right? So, with the help of that, if in the future also they want to gain the access of the victim system, they will be able to gain it. Now, once they have built the persistence and they have also achieved their objective, then here we are having the very last step that is we call as recovering tracks. Now, in this particular phase, the attackers they will be going ahead and they will be removing all the evidence of your compromise. Now, every attacker they do not want to get caught, right? Every attacker they will be having a mindset in their mind that they do not want to get caught when they will be performing the attack or once they have already performed the attack over there, right? So over here in our system, we are having the logs, right? So logs are the treasure trove that are being considered for the forensic people. With the help of that, they will be able to find the information, right? What happened, when happened, and how happened, right? So over there, with the help of the logs, our forensic peoples, right, they will be able to collect all those information, and using that, they will be able to trace down the attacker. So that is why the attackers, what they will be doing is they will be going ahead, they will be either trying to manipulate the logs or they will be trying to delete the logs. For example, let's say if I will be going ahead and I will be asking for your mobile phone, right? I will be saying that, hi guys, my mobile phone is not working. Can you please give me your mobile phone? I need to make a very important call. Right. So from your mobile phone, I will be able to find the information to whom you guys called last night, what was the call duration, and many more. From what? From your call logs. Now, if you do not want anyone to find those type of information, you guys will be simply trying to remove that type of info. Right. So over here, that is similar we are having as your covering tracks. Right. Now, afterwards, guys. Afterwards, over here, we are having some abbreviations, we are having some terminologies that we should be having the good idea about them. Now, here, we are having the very first one as your hack, then we got the exploit, we got the vulnerability, we got the payload, we are having the logic bombs, we are having your command and control, we are having the bot, we are having the botnet, we are having the doxing, we are having the PII that stands for your personally identifiable information. So talking about the hack, as we were previously discussing about that, what will be happening is the attackers, they will be going ahead, they will be trying to take the unauthorized access of a system that is we call as your hack. Now, whenever the attackers they will be performing the hack, so they will be having a particular goal in their mind, right? So that is we call as your hack value. Hack value means to say a notion. It is like a notion among the hackers, right? Like let's say for performing any hack, the attackers either they will be having some sort of interest, then they will be trying to compromise a system, or they are going to have some personal objective over there. For example, if I will be giving you the example that you can compromise a bank, a university, right, as well as my mobile phone. So from there, a lot of you guys will be saying that we want to compromise the bank. Some of you guys will be saying that university. Some of you guys will be saying that my mobile phone, right? So that is we are having as the hack value, right? You are trying to perform, you want to compromise the bank we are having, let's say because of money, right? You're finding it much more interesting. So that is we are having as the hack value. Now, over here in our organization, all the resources we are having in your organization that are, you can say everything in our organization that is like resourceful over there, right? That is, we are calling it as like the asset we are having, right? Like your system we are having, the data we are having, and many more, right? So anything that is resourceful for the organization, that is we call as your asset. Now, for each and every asset, we will be having the asset value, right? For example, let's say in our organization, we are having a CEO and we are having a person who is working in your front desk. Now, both of them, let's say they are having the same type of system, right? They are having the same type of system, the same specification, even the same color, right? But the value of your CEO's laptop, it will be far more because of the data that is present inside of it. So that means that we are the one who will be deciding the asset value, right? Then afterwards, we are having the next one as your exploit, right? Exploit is a process we are having, and that the attackers, they will be going ahead, they will be trying to breach the vulnerability, right? They will be trying to breach our security, our system security, and with the help of that, they will be trying to gain the access that is we call as your exploit, right? And here, when we are talking about the exploit, what we will be doing is we will be breaching the security's weakness over there, right? So any weakness, the loopholes, due to that, the attackers, they will be able to exploit it, and by doing that, they will be able to gain the access of a system that is we call as a vulnerability. Then over here, whenever the attackers, they will be trying to gain the access of a system, right? Whenever the attackers, they will be trying to gain the access of your system. At the time, they will be using the exploits, and once they have gained the access of a system afterwards for achieving their goals. Like let's say they want to disrupt the services, they want to delete the data from a system. So for that, we are using your payloads. So payloads are the piece of code that will be working together with your exploit, and using that, the attackers they will be able to achieve their malicious objective. Then we are having as the logic bombs. Logic bomb, it is simply a malware we are having that will be containing some specified condition, and it will be getting executed when those specified condition will met. Like in our system, we are having the task scheduler in our Windows. We are having as the task scheduler over there. So with the help of that, we will be able to execute a particular task at a specified time. For example, let's say you want to make sure when you will be reaching your office, let's say near of your 10 a.m., you guys want to open the Excel. So we can start a program inside of your task scheduler. We will be providing it information when the clock it will be hitting your 10 a.m. It has to execute your Excel. So similarly, here the attackers for achieving their malicious objective, they are creating like the malicious programs, and in those programs they will be putting the specified condition. Now, whenever those specified condition will met, it will be getting executed. Then afterwards, over here, the next one is your command and control. That is, we are also calling as your C2, right? Or your C and C. Right? So let's say I got the access of your system, right? Let's say I got the access of your system as well as I'm also having the access of some other multiple systems that are present, right? So a single compromised system that can be controlled remotely, we call it as your bot, right? And the collection of your bot we call as the botnet. Now, for controlling those many compromised systems, the attackers they will be using your CNC, the command and control we are having. Inside of your CNC, the attackers, they will be simply going ahead, they will be using their system, and inside of their system, they are going to build, they are going to utilize the CNC, the command and control. And inside of that tool, inside of that particular program, just by putting some commands or the scripts, they will be able to control multiple systems, hundreds of systems with the help of a single script. That is, we are having as the command and control. Then after that, guys, over here, once the attackers they're able to gain the access of the system, let's say they're going ahead, they're stealing the data from a system and then they're putting that information in the public. That particular process we call as the doxing and that the attackers they will be stealing the data from the system and then they are making that particular data as the public, right? And over there in that particular data the attackers a lot of time they will be trying to steal your PII, the personally identifiable information, right? Like your name, address, your mobile number, right? Your family details we are having, your social security numbers we are having, and many more. Now, by utilizing that particular information, if the attackers they are able to collect the PII of a particular person, right? They can create the fake profile, and then by using the fake profile, they will be able to perform the attack, and the peoples they will be thinking that the attacker was the you can say the attacker was you can say the attacker was the one who was, you can say, trying to compromise your system, but actually, we are having the attacker, and then we will be having the person whose PII got stolen. Then, after that, we are having as the victim, right? So the attacker he will be creating a fake profile with the name of this person. Let's say he is Ajay, and he will be trying to perform the attack on this victim. Now, victim will be thinking that the attacker is Ajay, but actually Ajay is simply sitting in his home. He's taking the sip of coffee, right? So these are some basic terminologies, guys. We are having in our CH that we should be having the good idea about them, right? Now, in the next, we will be discussing about the other terminologies as well as the other terms we are having, as well as the impacts.